Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Monday. We got 9 matchups on this NBA slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And you already know, if you guys like betting on NBA player props, go ahead and sign up with ParlayPlay. Get your initial deposit matched and 5 free entries when you sign up. Go ahead and take advantage. Hopefully you can start the week off right, get some nice wins. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Pretty busy slate today. We got 9 matchups, starting with the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs opening up as 6-point home favorites with the over-under at 223.5. The last 3 head-to-head, the Lakers are 3-0, 2-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in 1 out of the last 3 matchups. LeBron is questionable for this matchup here. The Lakers just 3-7 in their last 10. Coming off that loss against the Wizards. Cleveland 5-5 in their last 10. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Lakers 1-12 on the road right now. Taking the Cavs here, you just can't trust the Lakers, especially if, maybe if LeBron does not play. Makes the Cavs play a whole lot better. But yeah, we just can't trust the Lakers here. I'm not in love with the 6 points here, but I do like the Cavs, and I definitely think they can win at home. Next matchup, we have the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets opening up as 6-point home favorites with the over-under at 234.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Charlotte is 2-1, 2-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in 2 out of the last 3 matchups. No real major injuries for this matchup here. Pelicans on a 2-game winning streak right now. They did play Charlotte just a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and lost by 22 in that matchup. Charlotte quietly on a 4-game winning streak right now, coming off a big win over Dallas. Pelicans, though, 10-2 covering on the road. Charlotte 4-1 covering in their last 5 games. Another matchup, not in love with the spread. I think it could be a close one. Hornets beat up on the Pelicans in that last matchup. And yeah, I like the Hornets at home on a quiet 4-game win streak here. I'm definitely think they can extend that to 5 games. Next matchup, we have the Portland Trailblazers versus the Detroit Pistons. Detroit opening up as 7-point home favorites with the over-under at 223. The last 3 head-to-head, Portland 3-0. 3-0 covering the spread. The overs hit in 1 out of the last 3 matchups. If you guys have seen Portland's lineup, it is, I think it was yesterday's lineup. I never heard of one person that was starting for them. That's how bad their starting lineup is for Portland. This is a very decimated team. So many injuries. Detroit, no Jeremy Grant. Diallo are out. Portland on a 4-game losing streak. They're 1-9 in their last 10. Detroit 4-6 in their last 10. They're not playing that amazing here, but I do like the talent more and the team more on Detroit than I do Portland. Portland just 0-8 on the road. Detroit 8-0-1 covering the spread. Detroit, surprisingly, they've been a really good covering team these last few weeks. And 5-0-1 covering at home. We're going to roll with Detroit money line and, take a shot at -7 at home with how bad this Portland roster is right now. I think Detroit can cover on both ends. Next matchup, we have the Miami Heat versus the Philadelphia 76ers. The Heat opening up as a 1-point road favorite with the over-under at 216.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Miami is 2-1, 2-1 covering the spread. The over just 0-3 in the last 3 matchups. No injuries for the Sixers. Jimmy Butler is questionable, and then Victor Oladipo is out. Miami on a 2-game winning streak right now. They did beat Philly 99-82 in their last meeting. Philly 6-4 in their last 10. Philly 10-3 at home against Miami. I know Miami beat them up pretty good in that last matchup here. Philly coming into this pretty healthy. Give me the underdog here. I like the Sixers money line at home here. Nice home game for Philly. I think they can definitely pull the win off against the Heat here, especially if Jimmy Butler does not play because he is questionable. Be sure to check his status. I like the Sixers at home here. Next matchup, we have the Utah Jazz versus the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets opening up as a 1.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 229.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Utah is 8-2, 7-3 covering the spread. The overs hit in 6 out of the last 10 matchups. I do see Mike Conley, Bogdanovich, and House Jr. are all questionable. They did miss that last meeting. No Kyrie Irving in this matchup. The Jazz 6-4 in their last 10. Brooklyn 5-6 in their last 10. They're playing pretty good basketball here. Utah 11-4 covering against Brooklyn. 6-1 in their last 7 against Brooklyn here. Brooklyn 4-2 covering in their last 6. Yeah, a game with no value. I think it's probably low right now because of Mike Conley and Daniel House are out. This is another game. I like the Nets money line at home. I think they can get it done at home here. Nets finally starting to play pretty good basketball in this last 2-3 weeks, and yeah, I like Brooklyn here. Even though Jazz are on a 3-game winning streak, Nets are playing good. I mean, their last loss was pretty much a game winner with the Mavs, so that was a tough loss at home for them. But other than that, they've been great, been on a good run. Give me the Nets money line at home. Next matchup, we have the Boston Celtics versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Celtics opening up as a 13.5 point road favorite with the over-under at 216.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Boston 2-1, 1-2 covering the spread. The overs hit in 2 out of the last 3 matchups. SGA is questionable for the Thunder, so be sure to check his status. Boston on a 3-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're playing good basketball. OKC on a 9-game losing streak right now. It's just tough for the Thunder. I mean, it really is. Celtics 11-1 on the road, 6-1 covering on the road against OKC. A very high spread, so be cautious with that Celtics spread. But definitely throw the Celtics in your money line parlays. Maybe throw them in a teaser, get that total down. It's very possible Celtics could just win this game by 30. Or, maybe OKC keeps it close. That's the NBA, you never know. But we'll take Celtics money line and for your parlays, and then we'll take a shot at that 13.5 and hope the Celtics come out to play. Next matchup, we have the Toronto Raptors versus the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls opening up as a 4-point home favorite with the over-under at 225.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Chicago is 2-1, 2-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in 2 out of the last 3 matchups. No real major injuries for either team here. Toronto 6-4 in their last 10. They're 5-1 in their last 6. Playing really good, coming off a nice Philly win. Chicago 2-8 in their last 10. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They've been struggling here. Toronto 6-1 covering in their last 7. Playing great basketball. 6-0 covering on the road. The Bulls just 1-9 covering the spread. The fact they're on this bad losing streak and they can't cover the spread. Give me Toronto +4 on the road. Getting Fred VanVleet back. I know Bulls are, they are a good team, but they've just been on a very bad stretch, and I don't want any part of that. Give me the Raptors +4. Next matchup, we have the Washington Wizards versus the Houston Rockets. The Wizards opening up as a 5-point road favorite with the over-under at 234.5. The last 3 head-to-head, Houston is 2-1. 2-1 covering the spread. The overs hit in 1 out of the last 3 matchups. Really no major injuries. Kuzma is questionable for the Wizards. Wizards 3-7 in their last 10. They are coming off a nice win over the Lakers. Houston 2-8 in their last 10. They are on a 5-game losing streak. Wizards 0-6 on the road. Houston just 3-17 at home. Yeah, not a matchup I'm in love with. I do like the Wizards coming off a Lakers win. Not in love with the spread. I just don't trust the Wizards to win by 5 against any team, to be honest. Do what you want with the spread, but I do like the Wizards to win on the road. And then the last matchup, we had the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas opening up as a 3.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 230. The last 10 head-to-head, Dallas is 7-3. 6-4 covering the spread. The overs hit in 8 out of the last 10 matchups. Karl-Anthony Towns is questionable, so be sure to check his status. And good news for the Mavs. Mavs getting back Reggie Bullock and Spencer Dinwiddie, which have been out the last few games. Minnesota 9-1 in their last 10 on a 4-game winning streak. Mavs 7-3 in their last 10 on a 2-game losing streak. I don't know why they're on a 2-game losing streak, honestly. I don't know why they lost to Charlotte that bad. They were pretty healthy that game, too. Dallas, 15-4 at home. An amazing home team. 7-1 covering against the Western Conference. Minnesota, 10-1 covering in their last 11. That's another game I think could be definitely close. Not in love with the spread. I think it'll be a pretty close game here. So I'm definitely taking the Mavs at home. You guys already know, rolling with the Mavs. On a 2-game losing streak, I think it's a great bounce back at home where the Mavericks play even better. Getting Dinwiddie back, and man, the last game without Dinwiddie, Mavs just didn't look the same. Dinwiddie's just been that guy for us, and without Reggie Bullock, it's going to be nice to have both of them back. Be sure to check Karl-Anthony Towns' status. If for some reason he's out, this is going to be a big line movement in favor of the Mavs. But rolling with the Mavs money line at home. Kind of don't hate Timberwolves +3.5. I think that's a pretty good play as well. So, but taking the Mavs at home here, coming off a 2-game losing streak. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Monday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Tuesday. Have a good one.